Good evening, my friends. I just want to share something. I had a moment of happiness today because I was walking. Now I'm sitting and laying again, actually. But I was walking today, and I was walking. I was so happy. I was probably as happy as somebody closing a $50 million deal and adds another $50 million to the net worth, or somebody buys a new car, or a kid gets a present for Christmas, or somebody buys a house or rents a place, makes a move. And I just had a realization about happiness. And why I'm happy about walking around, I was just walking like for a kilometer or something, is because I couldn't walk for the last 5 days. I was laying here most of the time and had like a red light therapy. I have like a bunch of biohacking tools here, or even using frequencies and stuff like this, and all the things, and painkillers, because I was training with Marcelina, and obviously she's after pregnancy, so the training wasn't too hard, but it shot in my back and it killed me. And I couldn't walk, like I was just bent over and so much pain in my back. And then I went to the osteopath today, and she put needles in my back and relaxed my muscle spasm. And for the first time, I could walk again. And that was really beautiful. And I was so happy to walk. And then I realized, like, my goodness, like, just because I'm walking, with this taking for granted always, I'm so happy. And to be honest, I felt the degree or the level of happiness, if you coming from a bad situation with your health into something better, is probably the same degree of making $1 million of happiness, or making this and that. And it's always temporary. You realize this? It's always a temporary thing. And it's so amazing to actually see that we don't need to aim for this goal, which is like 10 years ahead, and say, like, if I reach this, I'm going to be extremely happy for the rest of my... Never. If you look back 5 years from today, or back in the past, you probably are today where you wanted to be 5 years ago, and you say, if I have this and that and that, I'm going to... And you still have bad days. You still are not 100% happy in many ways, and it's still temporary, because you reach that goal and you realize it's about progress. It's about the next step that is right in front of you. It's about these small little things. In fact, there have been some studies been taken from identical twins who have completely different lives. And there was one study with an identical twin. One of them was in a wheelchair, and the other one was a very successful business person. And both of them have beautiful experiences in their life. One to become extremely successful in what they've done. The other one have small, minor, but big changes in their life because of being in a wheelchair. And the level of happiness and the degree of happiness was the same. And then eventually they dropped down to baseline, which we all do all the time. We always drop down to baseline because happiness is kind of an emotion as well. So this is really interesting, and it gives me a lot of perspective. On the other side, I can be immediately unhappy if I now focus and compare myself with a young, fit, strong guy in the gym, throwing around weights, or even compare myself with myself, 4 or 5 years ago when I was young, fresh, and healthy. If you start doing this and you get a different perspective on things, you can be completely unhappy very quickly. However, if you count your blessings, and this is what we always should do in these moments, and for me today, the blessing was walking. I said, damn, shouldn't take this for granted anymore, If you count your blessings and be grateful for what you got in this moment, it's the same degree of happiness than a billionaire makes another billion, And they say, oh, no, it doesn't. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because a billionaire will also compare himself to other things and will say, like, oh, my relationship is fucked up, or this and this doesn't matter, this and this doesn't work. There's always something. It always drops down to baseline. Nobody in this world is happy all the time, 24/7. Everybody is temporary, going through emotions. And it's just a beautiful realization I had today, and I just wanted to share this with you. Let me know what you think. And what are your recipes to be happy for most of the moments? And by the way, another advice or a tip on the side is, if you catch yourself not being happy, look for the blessings, because what's wrong is always available, and so is what's right.